Hey y'all. So the XFL filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, is going to liquidate all of its assets about a couple of days after they suspend the entire regular season. But the big deal about this is not really about the XFL, it's about Vince McMahon lying to the investors. This is not me taking Meltzer or anybody else's word for it. I literally sat down and listened to the earnings call, the fourth quarter's earnings call, around the time that when it took place. I was there. I was listening to it live as it happened, and heard Vince McMahon twice deny the WWE's involvement in the XFL. Now, when they filed for bankruptcy, we see that the WWE owned 23.5% of the Class B shares of stock in the XFL, which is, of course, a flat out goddamn lie. He lied to the investors, and he's going to get sued. Now, what this means that Vince McMahon is going to get forced out of, he probably have to pay some kind of fine or something. Will he go to jail or something? Probably not. I mean, there's no doubt that people have done shit like this before, but it's still fucked up because people were kind of concerned about the XFL, about its failure and whether it would cost them money in WWE, and we find out that it probably well, will they get their money back? Likely. They'll probably get that money back. They do have a list of creditors, and I think WWE might be one of its. Well, WWE is actually one of the owners, but it just doesn't have any voting rights. That's the difference between Class A and Class B stocks. Is Class A stocks have voting rights, so you can vote for officers and stuff like that. Class B does not. Vince McMahon owns 100% of the Class A stocks in XFL. So he is the owner of the XFL essentially, and the WWE owned 23.5% of the Class B stocks. So it had non-voting power into the XFL, which Vince McMahon also owns. He owns the WWE as well. So he lied to the investors, and he's definitely going to have to pay for it because there's going to be a lot of people. There's a lot of wrestling fans who are, you know, people who invest in the WWE, and they listen to the dirt sheets and stuff like that, and they've been filing crazy lawsuits on Vince McMahon all the time about being held hostage in Saudi Arabia and a bunch of other stupid shit. But now they might actually have something. They might actually have old Vinnie Mac this time. They got the big Irishman cornered. they got they got him cornered this time. Can't get out of this one, dog. Cause clear as fucking crystal. I remember hearing it. I don't need fucking anybody telling me that it was said. I know it was said because I listened to it myself. But yeah, this is trouble. This is trouble, man. Now WWE might get this money back, but I think that it's gonna damage Vince McMahon going forward, obviously, because people are gonna not trust him. So any chance of the XFL of not coming, the XFL coming back, likely not. I think that the brand, had a good run. I think people really liked it this time. They enjoyed it. It offered a lot of opportunities. I enjoyed the one game that I watched. I watched like one or two XFL games, probably one and a half. I really enjoyed those games. I thought they were pretty good, but it seemed like football to me. Um, it was familiar. A lot of people were kind of excited, and then the virus happened, and the XFL is just not the NFL. It's just not Major League Baseball. It was a small thing that simply could not ride out having multiple games canceled, and it's just when you look at those big sports, they still get paid incredible rights fees because despite the fact that they can't deliver, they have relationships. They have long-term relationships with these networks, 10, 15-year deals sometimes. I'm gonna have another video which probably won't be published until tomorrow or the day after. Tomorrow being Tuesday, April the 14th. That about how these networks schedule or structure rather their contracts about for live sports is that they make long-term deals with these companies, with the NFL, with the Major League Baseball. The XFL was so new that it had no long-term plans. Like, so you can't say we didn't have a first season, but we're definitely going to have a full second one. They don't know. And then when you look at how long this stuff might go on, they simply don't know. It made sense to file for bankruptcy and just call it off. Because let's say you pay everybody right now, and then you say, well, we just start up again next year, and then there's no next year. They're talking about there not being concerts and sports until damn near uh, fall of next 2021. You just don't have a brand new league that was just born, does not have the cash to pay people for a year with no investment, without no return on investment. They're not getting any ticket sales. They can't get the ad revenue because there's no commercials. You just a lot of the money that was involved with it is gone. And now that Vince McMahon has lied to the investors, the brand is damaged. So, and hell, it might be partially a damage in the WWE brand. So you really have to look at this and ask the good old question. Maybe it's time for Vince to go. Like, like it might be time for old Vinnie Mac to have a seat and go retire. Because the XFL is a dead brand. That if he no doubt he'll probably try a football thing again, because these people will get their money back. And then again, the XFL was not as badly run this time as it was before. But again, he lied to his investors, and that's a damaging of trust. And if people can't trust you, they don't want to do business with you. And of course, you're going to lie a little bit, here and there. And 23% is not a lot, but it's not completely separate as he told the investors that it was. So, so long to the XFL. Sucks, but what's done is done. The creditors and all those people will probably get their money back. But he gave the dirt sheets some nice bloody meat on this one, and they're gonna feast. So if you like this video, share it, subscribe, and I'll talk to you later.